Hello students, let's start our today's science class. In our previous video, we have already started our digestive system. In this video, we are going to again proceed our digestive system. So let's see the different part of our digestive system. Hello students, let's start our today's science class. In our previous video, we have learned about human digestive system and we have completed the organ stomach. So what is the function of stomach? Do you remember that? Stomach plays a very important role in digestion. Stomach contains gastric glands which secretes enzyme pepsin, hydrochloric acid and mucus. So what is the function of hydrochloric acid? The hydrochloric acid kills microorganisms and provide an acidic medium for effective digestion. Enzyme pepsin, it can work only in the acidic environment and it breaks down complex protein into the simple protein. And mucus, it protects the inner lining of the stomach. So let's start a small intestine. Our next topic is small intestine. After digestion in the stomach, the semi-digested food called the chyme passes into the small intestine. Further digestion of food takes place in the small intestine where the secretion of the liver and pancreas are released. So small intestine is a long coiled narrow tube about 6 to 7 meters in length. So our small intestine is a coiled narrow tube and it is 6 to 7 meters in length, and where it is present below the stomach. It is the longest organ of the body and digestion of all the components of food get completed here and the end product are ready for the absorption. So here partially digested food get mixed with the digestive juices secreted from pancreas and liver, and then the digestion of all the components of food gets completed here. The liver secretes bile which plays an important role in the digestion of fat. Bile is stored in an organ called gallbladder before being released in the small intestine. So students, it is clear to you that liver is the largest gland of our body. It secretes bile juice. Bile juice is stored in gallbladder and bile juice help in the digestion of fats. Okay, so let's talk about pancreas. The secretion of the pancreas called pancreatic juice help in the breakdown of carbohydrate into sugar, proteins into amino acids and fat into fatty acids and glycerol. Thus, the digestion of various components of food is completed in the small intestine. So, you see that pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which changes carbohydrates, fats and proteins into simple forms. Carbohydrates breaks into sugar, that is glucose, proteins break into amino acids, fats break into fatty acid and glycerols, and where this digestion take place in small intestine. So thus the digestion of various components of food is completed in the small intestine. And what are that various components? Once again you see on the screen. Carbohydrates break into sugar or glucose, proteins breaks into amino acids, fats break into fatty acid and glycerols. So you remember, my dear students, where the complete digestion take place? So the complete digestion take place in the small intestine. So my dear student, let's once again talk about the function of the small intestine. So you know that small intestine plays a very important role in the digestion. And why? Because the digestion of various components of food is completed in the small intestine. So you see that the digestion of carbohydrates take place where? In the small intestine. And how? Amylase is an enzyme which is secreted by pancreas. So amylase breaks carbohydrates into the simple form and convert it into sugar. Now see that digestion of protein. So how digestion of protein take place in digested in small intestine? By the help of enzyme trypsin and chymotrypsin, which is secreted by the pancreas. So these two enzymes, they do what? They break protein into amino acids. Now third, you see that the digestion of fat. So how digestion of fat take place? Digestion of fat take place from bile juice, and bile, where it means liver secreted bile juice. So bile from liver and lipase from pancreas. It means that this bile juice and this enzyme lipase. So lipase is secreted by pancreas and bile juice is secreted by liver. So these two, bile juice and lipase, they convert fats into fatty acids. Okay, so in this way the digestion of all components of food is completed in small intestine. Now in small intestine, a small finger like projection, that is called villi, they also play a very important role in absorption. They increase the surface area. So in this way digestion of the different components of food is completed in the small intestine. So let's talk about how absorption take place in the small intestine. So let's talk about absorption. Even though digestion continues in the small intestine, the main job of the small intestine is to absorb the nutrients. The lining of the small intestine has finger-like projections called villi that increase the surface area of the lining. This makes absorption more efficient. Each villus has a network of fine blood vessels. Nutrients are absorbed into the blood present in these fine blood vessels. So, my dear students, now it is clear to you that absorption is take place in small intestine. You can just see on the screen also. The lining of the small intestine has finger-like projection called villi. Villi increase the surface area for absorption. Villi contain blood vessels. Nutrients are absorbed into the blood present in these fine blood vessels. So, this is all about absorption. Okay students, let's talk about assimilation. So what is the meaning of assimilation? Assimilation means utilization of nutrients that is absorbed in the blood to our body. So it means that nutrients that are absorbed in the blood are transported to the rest of the body, and the final product of the carbohydrate digestion, namely glucose. So glucose is broken down into cells, broken down in the cells with the help of oxygen. It means that glucose is combined with oxygen and it is break down into carbon dioxide and water to release energy. Amino acids are used for repairing worn out cells and tissues. Fatty acids and glycerols act as energy reserve and are stored for further use. So you can just see on the screen also. Assimilation, the nutrients that are absorbed in the blood are transported to the rest of the body. In the cells, glucose break down into carbon dioxide and water with the help of oxygen, and energy is released. So let's talk about the final stage of our digestive system, that is large intestine, because egestion take place here. And what is egestion? Elimination of undigested food particle from our body. So the chyme from small intestine. Chyme means the semi-digested food called the chyme. So don't forget that. Remember, the semi-digested food called the chyme. The chyme from small intestine passes into the large intestine where only water and mineral remain to be absorbed. After absorption of water in the large intestine, the undigested food becomes semi-solid. That undigested semi-solid food is stored in the rectum, and from rectum it is excreted through the anus. You can just see on the screen also water and mineral absorbed here. Here means in large intestine. Undigested food becomes semi-solid, stored in rectum until it is excreted via the anus. So, my dear student, we have completed the process of digestion. So, let's talk about our next topic, that is nutrition in ruminants. Actually, cows and some other plant-eating animals swallow large amount of food at a time. Later, they bring back the swallowed food into the mouth to chew on it again. This process is called rumination, and such animals are called ruminants. This habit of plant-eating animal make their digestive system different from us, and thus the need to study them separately. So let's move towards the digestive system of ruminants. So let's talk about the different stages and process of digestion in ruminants animals. So first step is ingestion. So the food is taken into the mouth with the help of the tongue. As the food is being chewed, it is also mixed with saliva. Since grass is difficult to digest, ruminants have big chewing teeth with powerful jaw muscles. Then digestion. After the initial chewing, the food passes down the 2 to 3 feet long esophagus. You can just see in picture. In picture it is given clearly. So the esophagus leads into the stomach, which in ruminant is 4 chambered. So my dear student, you can see in picture also the stomach of ruminant is divided into 4 part, 4 chambered. Thus you see that ruminants have a unique stomach as we shall capable to see in picture. So please go through, watch carefully the picture and see how stomach is divided into 4 parts. We will discuss one by one. So first is rumen. This is the first and the largest chamber of the stomach. The rumen help in storing the large quantities of food that has been quickly consumed. The food is partially digested here and is now called the gut. So the food is partially digested here, that's why food in this chamber is called gut. The cud is then brought back into the mouth, rechewed and reswallowed in a process called cud chewing. The rumen also has millions of bacteria and protozoa which break down the fiber called cellulose found in the hay and grass. So you just see that in the first part of stomach, that is rumen, here billions of bacteria and protozoa is there which help in the digestion of cellulose. So they do what? They break down the fiber called cellulose found in hay and grasses. So in grasses cellulose is there and it is very hard to digest. So that's why the bacteria and protozoa which is present in the rumen, they help to break down this cellulose. Now the next part of stomach is reticulum. The reticulum is the second chamber of the stomach. The reticulum helps in moving the swallowed food back into the mouth for thorough chewing. The reticulum opens into the omasum. Now, omasum is the third and the smallest chamber of the stomach. Its main function is to absorb excess water and reduce the particle size further. So, in omasum, the excess water is absorbed and the size of the particle, it means the size of the particle of the food is reduced here. Abomasum is the last chamber of the stomach. You can just see in picture. The wall of the abomasum secrete digestive juices that help in digestion. Now let's talk about absorption. So absorption begins in the four-chambered stomach itself, but the main protective organ are the intestine. The food from the abomasum passes into the small intestine, where it mixes with secretions from the pancreas and liver. Most of the digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats take place here. Here means in small intestine. Several villi are present here, which help in increasing the surface area for absorption. The small intestine leads into the large intestine. The main function of the large intestine is to absorb water from the digested food that is flowing down, make it more solid and excrete it out as feces. Okay. So this is all about the digestion in ruminants. So let's talk about our last topic of this chapter, that is nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba is an organism made up of a single cell. So that's why amoeba is called as unicellular organism. It is usually found in ponds and ditches. Its food consists of the microscopic plants and animals floating in these water where they lived. So let's talk about nutritional process in amoeba. So let's see the diagram which is given on the screen. So see, this is nucleus, food particle, pseudopodia, this finger like projection you just capable to see in picture, this is pseudopodia. This is food vacuole, and inside this food vacuole food particle is present there, and this is cell membrane, it is the outermost part of cell. So let's talk about that how amoeba feed. When amoeba comes in contact with its food, it throws out finger-like projection from its body. So what is finger-like projection? I already shown you in picture. This finger-like projection is called pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and podium means feet. So pseudopodia is known as false feet. अब pseudopodia को false feet क्यों कहते हैं? It is called as a false feet because pseudopodia is an cytoplasmic extension ऑफ एमीबा. मतलब ये कि एक ये एक्सटेंशन एमीबा की बॉडी में ये एक एक्सटेंशन है और ये हेल्प करता है. ये एक्सटेंशन वाला पार्ट जिसे हम स्यूडोपोडिया कहते हैं, ये हेल्प करता है फीडिंग में और मूवमेंट में. सो स्यूडोपोडिया इज़ एन टेम्पररी साइटोप्लाज्मिक एक्सटेंशन ऑफ एमीबा. Now what is the meaning of extension? So extension का मतलब होता है a part that is added to something to enlarge it. So I hope you understand the meaning of pseudopodia, that why it is called as false feet. The pseudopodia completely enclose the food, forming small cavity called food vacuole. Okay, so when amoeba come in contact with food, pseudopodia encloses that food particle inside it means forming a small cavity, and that cavity is known as food vacuole. So it means that pseudopodia, it encloses the food completely inside a cavity that is known as food vacuole. The food is digested in food vacuole with the help of a digestive juices which are secreted into the food vacuole. So जो digestive juices होते हैं वो food vacuole में present होते हैं, secreted होते हैं, and by the help of that juices the digestion of food is completed inside a vacuole. And after digestion the digested food is ready to absorbed and assimilated. So you know that after digestion the digested food is absorbed and assimilated inside the body. Now after absorption and assimilation, egestion will take place. So what is egestion? Egestion means removal of undigested food particle from the body. So the undigested food is pushed out of the body from amoeba. Now question is that how undigested food is pushed or thrown out of the body of amoeba. So the undigested food is thrown out of the body of amoeba by rupturing cell membrane. तो सेल मेम्ब्रेन आपको दिख ही रहा है पिक्चर में, तो सेल मेम्ब्रेन रैप्चर हो जाता है. रैप्चर का मतलब होता है टूटना, टूट जाना. तो सेल मेम्ब्रेन जो होता है वो रैप्चर हो जाता है और जो अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड पार्टिकल एमीबा के बॉडी में होते हैं वो इसके थ्रू यानी सेल मेम्ब्रेन के थ्रू बाहर चले आते हैं. सो दिस इज़ द प्रोसेस ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इन एमीबा. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड द न्यूट्रिशन इन एमीबा. So my dear student, we have completed our chapter number 2. Please complete the notes of this lesson and also write question and answers in your science copy. Draw the well labeled diagram of digestive system in human being, nutrition in amoeba and digestion in ruminants. So please do this work, complete your copy and send your work in group. Now in next video we will start our chapter number 3. Till that, revise all the things, use mask and sanitizer, maintain social distancing and keep yourself free from infections. Thanks for watching this video.